All right, here we go. Here is my jelly plate. Ignore the drawing that you're seeing. I quickly found out that when you're using like a very strong charcoal pencil to transfer, it's gonna stick to your jelly plate forever. So I have this on the opposite side of the side that I'm using, and it's okay. We've got our jelly plate, a brayer, some acrylic, heavy body acrylic paint. I'm going to be using my Canson mixed media paper, 98 pound, 5.5 by 8.5, to go ahead and put it in my book here, but you can use regular loose paper as well. I've got some mark making things, some little bits of hardware, some more mark making things, some bubble wrap, and I've got a bunch of nature things too. So I have some leaves, and I have some flower petals, and I have these little pine coney things from the beach. I don't know how everything will work. We're gonna play and see what happens. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is put down some paint for your first layer. And I'm gonna choose I'm going to start off with some pink. And you can combine colors, you don't have to do just one color. Maybe I'll add a little violet. Add it to some of the area. And maybe I'll do the nature pieces first, since that is the color of my petals. You can make these in a mandala, put them in some sort of pattern that is pleasing for you. I think I'm just gonna place them around organically and see what happens. I'm going to just roll these to create a little texture. Maybe I'll stamp them. You can also stamp. I want to combine some of the nature elements with more geometric elements. Now I filled my whole jelly plate without remembering that I was using a smaller page. So just take that into account because this is bigger than this right now. But that's okay. I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. So I'm gonna take a fresh page and I'm gonna open it and I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. And you're gonna wanna make sure you push firmly. If you wanna keep this side clean, because I'm always messy, but if you wanna keep this side clean, then it might be a good idea to put another piece of paper as your pushing paper. Maybe we'll do that in the future. And what you'll get here is the negative space. So now I'm going to go ahead and take off my nature elements. Peel them back. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to come back with another color on top. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more little stamps like I did here. While it's still wet, you can kind of play just like you would if you were playing on paper. You just play on this jelly plate. We'll see what happens. While you're giving this space some time to dry, you can clean off your brayer by rubbing it on another piece of paper in your notebook and wiping it down so that you're ready for your next color. So I'm going to pick this limey green and I'm just going to put a few dots around, and using my brayer, go ahead and kind of fill that in. Background color. Again, I'm just going to take my brayer and clean off some of that paint. I'm going to go back to this page that we did originally and I'm going to smash it down on here again. And let that peel away. And now you see some of that texture filled in those spaces. Maybe I want to come back with one more color. Let's do some dark blue. And maybe here I want to grab one of these tools and just do a little striping. I'm going to come back to this page again. And you know, you could do less if you don't want to have as many layers, or you can just keep going. And now I have a pretty wild and crazy background. I'm going to go ahead and use this, which used that blue, and then I used this tool to scrape it. And I'm going to pick up the rest of it onto a fresh page. And I think for this page, I might grab this green since I'm almost out of it. Let's go ahead and squish that around. Liked how these turned out, so let's see if I could use a fresh one and stamp that down. And I'll also try, I'm going to just flip this to the other side. That one and this one. And I'm going to grab this little mark maker. And now I'm going to go ahead and that page that we did all of those lines on, I'm going to go ahead and smash that down. I picked up some of those rings, I picked up some of those, and I'm just going to smash it down again and see if it'll pick up any more now that I pulled those leaves off. Now you see it picked up some of those leaves. And I had used my brayer on this one to clean this off. I may go ahead and just open up one of these wild pages and pick up some of this side, since yes, look at that. All right, and maybe I'll pick up at the top too. Wow, that really is fun and grungy, isn't it? Now my jelly plate is pretty clean. So I'm just gonna use a paper towel and wipe it down. I'm actually not too worried about it being really clean. I'm kind of messy and okay with that. All right, we're gonna try and do a transfer together. This is a popular technique. It's a little tricky. From what I found, you need a very ink-heavy magazine like Vogue or like a fashion magazine. I'm gonna use a dark color. This is Payne's Gray. And I'm gonna pick a picture that is black and white and has a nice contrast to it. So then we're gonna go ahead and push that down, really squish that in there. You're trying to transfer that image onto the paint, which worked a little bit right there. A little ghost-like. So we're gonna take that now and I'm gonna transfer it onto this page, which doesn't have too much dark in the background. So just find a spot, press that down. And you've transferred that to your page. How fun is that? I love that this happened too. This was the coils from my sketchbook. So I think I'm going to utilize that and just place, I've got this empty space here, so I'm going to place this down. And look at that. Wow. So these are very, very fun, very grungy pages. You can use these as starter pages to kind of have something down to work with. You can also, I made some cards, so this was really fun. I used a greeting card and I worked on it that way too. And I think I'll probably embellish these a little bit more. And then these didn't quite work out with anything on them, but they ended up being fun abstract backgrounds. All right, hope you like this creative quickie and you give it a try. It can be messy, and there's tons and tons of different ways you can stamp and put things on here. So sky is the limit. Have fun.